Here we go. All right, here we go. What's up, everybody? It's What the Gym. And I'm joined by not one, not two, but three guests this time. I'm joined by Jason the Old Millennial, Bryer CD Showcase, and Pete, aka PlaytendoGuy.
Hey.
How are you all doing?
Doing well, thanks. Looking forward to this.
Right.
You all excited to do this?
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
Well, top 10 video games. So I think how we're going to do it is I think we should quickly go through our 10th to 6th favorite and then go more in depth with our top 5. Otherwise, we could be here for hours doing this live stream.
Right.
That's true. Yeah.
So you can go first doing your 10 to 6, Pete, and then you, Bryer, and then you, Jason, and then we'll take it in turns doing number 5 all the way to number 1.
Oh, that
That's
sounds
how
great, mate.
I think we should do this. If you're all right with that.
Yeah, I'm good with
How
that.
we should do it.
Okay, it makes sense.
But before we do all that, you can all introduce your channels. So I'll let you go first, Jason.
All right, Jason the Old Millennial is my channel, and channel I talk about movies, I talk about music, do some mini movie reviews of stuff I've watched, and do a lot of rankings, top 10 rankings like this. It's probably mostly what I do on my channel anyway. So if you like talking about movies or music, that's what I do.
What about you, Pete? This is your first time being on one of my live streams.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to coming on here. Thanks for inviting me, Adam. My channel's PlaytendoGuy. As you can tell from my title of my channel, I do like PlayStation and Nintendo. Yeah, I do know quite a bit about video games, and I do a lot of reviews for them. I do like some movie stuff and all, like movie reviews, live streams, and also buy loads and loads of films that I never actually watch. But it's all good fun. So yeah, I love doing YouTube, and it's great to come on live streams and meeting other people.
Awesome. How about you, Bryer?
Right. So Bryer CD Showcase, as the name suggests, I talk primarily music for the most part. Of course, recently I just kind of started branching out. I'm starting to talk about video games as well. And just recently, if you can kind of see back there, I bought a GameCube not that long ago, and I've been playing that for a bit. But yeah. But for the most part, it's mostly music. I have a CD collection, almost 700, or getting to 700, but I'm getting there. But lots of genres: rock, metal, country, folk, whatever you name it, I might have it. So that's what goes on with my channel.
Awesome. Well, I mean, we got Mike here saying, "Hey guys, hope you're all well."
Hey, Mike.
You're doing all right. Thanks, Mike. So I guess you can go first now, Pete. What are your 10th to 6th favorite video game?
Or 10 to 6 favorite video games. It was quite hard to compile a list, but I got a few. So at number 10, I've got Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I think it's a great game.
Oh.
Number 9, The Last of Us, the first one. Number 8, Xenoblade Chronicles. Number 7, Resident Evil 2 Remake. And number 6, Red Dead Redemption 2.
Wow, cool
All
list.
right. Yeah.
Oh.
One or two of them might be in my top 10.
Oh.
Never crossover because there's so many video games. It's hard to really.
Yeah.
It's hard to really agree probably on a video game. Though there's some big ones that you mentioned already, Pete.
Mm.
Right, so your turn, Bryer.
All right. So I was kind of saying this before we went on air, but my list is very all over the place because, funny enough, even though I love video games, I actually never played that much growing up because we never really had many consoles because, money was tight when I was growing up. And so really we've only had ever 2 consoles growing up. We had a Wii and the PlayStation 4. and that's pretty much where I'm kind of basing it off. But I have some PC games as well, and for my number 10, I have one from going way back from my childhood. So number 10 is a very old game. This was very early on with PC gaming. This is like back when you had to actually go get a game from the store, put in the computer, and actually that's how you would play it. But this
There are other ways to do it.
Yeah.
Am I too old school?
yeah, but this was early PC gaming specifically. But so yeah, this game's on here purely for nostalgia, and that's the sole reason. And I'm not sure if many people actually know this one, but the game is called, if I don't actually have it, it's called Pajama Sam 2. Thunder and lightning aren't so frightening. Yeah.
I'm sold at the title.
Yeah, it's like meant for kids, but I played it a lot when I was growing up. And as you can tell, this is a sequel. They made 4 games in total, and the one I played the most was the second one. So yeah, it's just a basic point and click game. Basically, you're just controlling Sam, going different places, gathering items, and using it to solve puzzles and stuff like that. It's very simple, but it's cute. It's charming. I like it a lot. Okay, number 9, Life is Strange. I was big into that because I was still in high school when that came out, so that hit close to home. Number 8, first Wii game I'm going to be showing is Sonic Colors. I just have the disc. I have the case, but I can't remember. I can't find it. But the disc is still fine. The disc is still fine though. Enjoy this a lot. Then number 7, I have New Super Mario Brothers. That was on the Nintendo DS. I played that a lot. That was the first game I got on the DS, and so that was kind of the reason why I wanted the DS, was to play that game, and I really enjoyed it. And it's just a basic Mario game, just save Princess Peach from Bowser, but for a DS, you got a lot of content from there. It had some mini games as well. And for my number 6, I have Spider-Man on PS4. This is what came in the PS4 when I got it. So this was the first game I played, and it's very good. I liked it way more than I thought I was gonna, but great control. Yeah, it was great controls, and the story is actually pretty good as well. So that is my 10 through 6.
Very close to being the top 10, that one. Very, very close.
Yeah, out of all those, Spider-Man's the only one I really heard of. I was like, what are these video games going over?
Never
heard of that pajama one, whatever it was called.
Yeah.
No, I hadn't before.
Yeah, I was really stretching it because because I want to include games that I've at least finished or at least played the majority of, because there were many games I had on the PS4 that I was going to play but stopped working. So,
like Batman.
Yeah, Batman, for example.
You told me that. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so off to me.
Yeah.
All right, I think I'm quite a bit older than everybody else in this group.
Yeah.
My first console was the Super Nintendo back in the early 90s. And I mean, I played Nintendo. My friends had Nintendo, so I grew up on Nintendo. And then Super Nintendo was the first console, so I have a lot of nostalgia for Super Nintendo. And then the Nintendo 64, I have a lot of nostalgia for. So I remember getting that when I was like in junior high. So that's kind of where I kind of first started off really getting into playing video games. Currently, I own a PS4, and I have this mini Super Nintendo Classic.
Oh, nice.
It has like 20 built-in games in it. So that's what I play currently. So I'm a little more old school, maybe. I don't know. So mine kind of vary between Super Nintendo 64, Xbox 360, and PS4, kind of the main 4 for me. So number 10, I have Mario 64. Because I grew up playing all Mario games and love Mario, the franchise. And Mario 64 was such a game changer to me in Mario gameplay. And so that was mind-blowing when I played that for the first time. Number 9, let's see, I got Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Probably my favorite first-person shooter game, which I enjoy that genre. So That's a great one to get for that. Number 8, I have a Super Nintendo game RPG called Chrono Trigger. I don't know if you guys have aware of that.
Yeah.
Very good game.
Really great RPG game for the Super Nintendo. Number 7 might look familiar. I got Spider-Man for the PS4. This is one of the more recent games I've gotten. I don't have a lot of games for the PS4 because I just got it not that long ago, this last year. So there's still so many more games I need to play on the PS4 that aren't on my list right now. But this is one I bought some months ago and immediately became one of my favorite video games.
Awesome.
Whoops, just dropped everything. Number 6 is a Nintendo 64 game, probably the best Nintendo 64 game. And if you look at any list, it's probably number 1, and that is Zelda: Ocarina of Time.
Right.
And again, I'm a huge fan of the Zelda franchise. Love playing it on all the systems. And that one, again, another game changer just because of the 64, getting to be able to move around and more 3D graphics was absolutely amazing. And I know Breyer's playing Wind Waker, so that's kind of in that. And I know Adam says he hasn't played Zelda, if I remember right.
No, I haven't.
So, man, it's
I
such
haven't played a Zelda. Wow.
such a
No,
great franchise. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, I've always like been fascinated with it, but yeah, Wind Waker's the first game I've actually sat down and played. But yeah, I'm hoping to play more Zelda games in the future.
yeah, they're all pretty good for 64. The Wind Waker is really good as well. I haven't played
Wind
Breath of
Waker's
Wild, the Breath of Wild, whatever. On
Breath of the
Yeah.
Wild, yeah, that's the new one.
I've heard that's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is pretty good.
Yeah, it looks beautiful.
we got my dad here, Toonami Steve, saying, "Hey guys, let's look at the top 10 IGN games of the top 100 IGN games of all time." I didn't rate any of them until number 8. As Master Adventure, see up Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild as their favorite. Wonder if anyone's got it. Well, I haven't because I've not played it, unfortunately.
I've heard good things. I just don't have a Nintendo Switch, so I haven't played it.
I got it. I completed it. I really do like it, but it's not my favorite Zelda, I don't think.
Okay.
And my dad he remembers the Barry concert from the late 70s.
Yeah,
That's
Atari
definitely way back.
I feel like the Atari, was that the first console, basically?
No, it wasn't the first,
Okay.
but it was the first one that got popular.
Okay. I do remember the Atari as a kid, though it was still. I remember playing the Atari and thinking, "This is crap. This is." Nintendo was the first one. I was like, "Wow, this is pretty cool, Nintendo."
Well, I guess I go to my number 10 to number 6. So my number 10, I've got God of War PS4 from 2018. It's a fantastic video game. I absolutely love it. My number 9 is Grand Theft Auto 5.
Really, Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, you wouldn't think it's my sort of game, really. But I love it. I give that one a 9. I give both of them a 9. And my number 8 is because the first video games I completed were Lego games. This is the first one I completed that wasn't a Lego game, and that's just Cause 3. I think that's a 9 out of 10 game as well. I absolutely love going on that one. And my number 7 is Uncharted 2: Among Thieves. I get that one a 9 out of 10.
Right.
And my number 6 is my favorite racing game, and that's Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled.
Okay.
9 out of 10. I rate that one as well. And Grand Theft Auto 5, I think, was it 2014 it came out? Or was it 2013?
Which one?
Somewhere around there, I think.
GTA 5.
GTA 5 came out in 2013. It's about nearly 10 years old. It came out just before the PS4.
I think Just Cause 3 came out in 2015, I think, or 2016.
Yeah, it did. 2015.
Uncharted 2 was 2009. And then CTR, or Crash Team Racing, Nitro Fueled, I think that came out in 2019. I really enjoy all those video games. Just didn't quite make it into my top 5.
They're very popular, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
GTA 5 is an honorable for me.
Isn't there a St. Andrews?
St. Andreas, yeah.
Yeah.
Or one, I think, right?
But I've only completed
By
the fifth one.
Yeah. There's how many are there?
Yeah.
There are at least 5.
It's
I think it's about
quite a
12
few.
or 13 with spin-offs.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Wow.
that sounds right.
Okay.
I'm still waiting for the sixth one. Where is it?
Be waiting a little while yet for that, probably.
Yeah. So I guess we can now get to it with our top 5. Pete, you're up.
What? My number 5 is Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. I played it on the 3DS of all consoles, but oh man, what a fantastic game. Great spy espionage game with stealth elements. Great story, great gameplay. So many iconic moments. The longest ever ladder in gaming, and also one of the best ever theme songs in a game. Love it.
How long's the ladder?
It takes you about 3 to 5 minutes to climb the ladder in the game.
Really?
I think it's like
And
3
it
to 5
plays like a
hours.
it
I think
it
it's
plays
like
a
3 to
song
5
whilst you
hours.
climb the ladder.
But it plays a song, does it?
Pardon?
It plays a song, does it? I'm not
Yeah,
seeing
it plays
that.
a song. It plays the theme song whilst you climb up the ladder. I think the song is called Snake Eater.
No.
Very fitting.
I haven't played those games. I've heard of them, but
Oh, they're really good.
people
I
like
started
the.
with them, but I found it too difficult.
Hmm.
It was
The
one
fifth
of the
one's
new
really good.
ones I played. I can't remember which one it was though.
Hmm.
But I've heard a lot of great things about those games.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
hmm
Yeah.
So, Bryer,
Right,
what's your
so-
number 5?
All right. So number 5, right? I'm gonna be pretty. I don't know, generic or whatever, but for number 5. I'm gonna put Minecraft. Yep.
Okay.
I mean, when that game came out, that game was everywhere, and and when I finally, and when people talk about Minecraft, there's usually it gets a bad rap. When someone says they play Minecraft, they're always like, oh, that's like for babies or whatever. But most of those people never played the game who say that stuff. But yeah, once you actually play, it's just a chill game. If you're just playing like just the survival mode, which I usually play in, it's just a relaxing game. You're just this person just wandering the landscape, just gathering resources, building a base, and you're just kind of just exploring, just like trying to survive without dying as long as you can, basically. And those are the type of games I enjoy. I like games where there's not really a long goal. It's just like you can do whatever you want. It's just like a basic sandbox game, as people call it. So, yeah, that's my number 5. And it's simple, but it's for what it is. It's a very great game to actually just sit down and just relax to.
I've always enjoyed Minecraft.
Yeah.
Yeah, love it. Yeah.
Oh.
Their game. Yeah, I'm not surprised you have it.
My dad's not a fan of it though.
It's one of the only popular games I just can't get into. I've played it on several different consoles. I just can't get into it. But there's like this other one called Dragon Quest Builders, and that's very similar, but it's got a story to it. So, and I seem to get on better with that, probably because it has a story to it. But Minecraft is really good. The amount of stuff people can create on it is incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not that great at it, but
Me neither.
Well, you have put years and hours into it though.
Yeah,
I
Minecraft and just watching people play, I don't get it. So, but it's probably because I haven't played it. So maybe if I played it, I'd get it. But I don't know. You build things, I guess. I don't know what.
Yeah,
it's creative uses.
Yeah, it's all that. You can just you just do whatever. And
people like build houses.
Build
houses on TV or something.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to admit something. The creepers absolutely terrify me.
Yeah.
I first played the game and I went to them and I thought they were a friend, and then they exploded. I was like, what? What's happened here?
Yeah. Every time you hear that, you run.
Yeah. Yeah, that sound is terrifying.
Really?
Worse than any zombie game.
All right.
Right. What's your number 5, Jason?
Number 5. Yeah, like my favorite video games are ones that have kind of a cinematic feel to it. I feel like I'm in a movie. So a lot of my top games are going to be, I'm going to say, I love them because I feel like I'm in a movie and it's like the best movie ever. And you get to play as the main character. So number 5 for me is a game I played on the Xbox 360 called Portal 2, sequel to Portal, which I've never played Portal, though I've seen people play it on YouTube, so I kind of know what goes on. Portal 2 was one that I remember seeing people play, and it looks so fun. And the dialogue, it's the funniest video game I've ever played in my life. I mean, you just laugh like crazy playing that game. And I love that aspect. I don't always laugh when I'm playing a video game, but the dialogue is just so incredibly well written. Of course, Portal is like kind of a puzzle game where you have a portal gun, and you're put in rooms a lot of times, and you have to figure out how to get through the door by using your portal gun to get a box and put it on a switch or whatever. And they get harder and harder as the game goes. So pretty difficult. The difficulty is pretty challenging, and you spend like hours on a room trying to figure out how the heck do I get across this room. And but it's fun when you finally get to it. But that's part of the game. That's not the only part of the game. There's actually a story that kind of develops that's really great during the game that I really loved. Like I said, there's this robot that's voiced by Stephen Merchant that's follows you through the game. Absolutely hilarious. You can just sit there and just listen to it talk to you, and he has so much dialogue as you're just sitting there. And I love that. And there's a really good twist during the game that really takes you by surprise. And then there's a part where you're like kind of searching through the Aperture facility, and you come across tapes of the guy that invented the place named Cave Johnson, I think. And you get his recordings, and they're by J.K. Simmons, plays Cave Johnson. And you'll just come across a recording, and it's absolutely hilarious, the stuff that J.K. Simmons says out of those things that makes it such a fun video game to play. And yeah, great gameplay overall. Very unique. I never played a video game like it before. Portal 2 for me is number 5.
I can't believe I've still not played it. I've not played any Portal game.
I haven't either, but I've heard nothing but positive things about it. I know the writing is very funny.
Yeah. I just watch YouTube and watch people play it because it's so fun to watch it. Just watch the dialogue and everything.
I do love the character that Stephen Merchant plays. Wheatley, I think
Wheatley,
his name is. Yeah.
It's got that good fish humor I like.
Yeah. I might just play it just for the dialogue, really.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Right. Before I get to my number 5, I want to say that my 6th favorite, Crash Team Racing, is the game I've spent the most hours on. I'll probably put about 300 hours into it. Something ridiculous like that. The amount of times I played it. I'm surprised I'm still not bored of it. I just absolutely love it. But I'm curious to know what all of you, what game you've all played that you put the most hours into.
Well, I'll get to that later.
Do you two want to say it now, or are you going to save it?
Oh no, it's on my list, so it's down the line.
Yeah, I can say mine, I guess.
Yeah, I can say mine as well.
The game I currently play all the time right now, and I put so many hours into, is NBA 2K22. Because you can create your own basketball player and give him like different, what do you want him to be? What he's strength as is he a shooter? Is he a defensive player and all this? So I've created like 6 different guys, and I'm just playing through the NBA, making him better and getting him to like a really good level. Man, I spend hours and hours on just to do that. But yeah, that's probably the one I put the most into. But it's not on my list, but I do love playing it.
Awesome. For me, it's GoldenEye on the Wii. They remade GoldenEye on the Wii.
I hear you.
And the online multiplayer was literally just a thing for me for when I was about 10 or 12 years old. I put about 1,500 hours in. So yeah, quite a few hours. Unfortunately, the servers are off now, but I had a lot of fun with it for those 1,500 hours. I think it was the only game I played through 2010 and 2011.
Wow.
Well, I remember when it came out before, it was a game changer in first-person shooter. At the time.
Yeah.
It was first game I remember. You got to get you can get four controllers on the 64, and you get your 3 friends to come over and bring their controller, and you can shoot each other on it. And that's the first time I've ever seen that in a video game where you can.
It was a first for many, and they're bringing it to the Switch for Christmas, I've heard.
Really?
Yeah.
The original Nintendo 64 one, so that'll be good, with online multiplayer as well.
Cool.
Nice.
My dad put 3 hours in CTR, still no good at it. I'm all right at it. I'm all right. At least I did drifting in that one. I can't drift in Mario Kart. I can't drift in that game.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can't drift in Crash Team Racing.
Right, so my number 5 is a game that I think is near perfect, and It Takes Two. It was a game of the year.
Okay.
I don't know that one.
That's that multiplayer one, isn't it? The co-op game.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. I love the story. That's very cleverly written as well. And I think if you like Portal 2's humor, Jason, I think you might like this game's humor as well.
Okay.
It's quite funny at times. They're also quite touching and emotional at times as well. And there's so many different gameplay scenarios in this game. It's just so much fun. It's a very unpredictable game as well. And I'm not the biggest fan of the way that this game ends, but I still think that this is still an amazing video game. And I do feel like it maybe it's a little bit too challenging at times, but I have so much fun playing this game with my dad. And in my opinion, definitely deserved to win Game of the Year of last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
What console can you get it on?
You can get it on PS4, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, PS4. It's coming to Switch next month, I think. Sounds quite cool.
Yeah, awesome video game.
Yeah.
But talking about the old autographing video from the creator of It Takes Two. Oh yeah, the creator of It Takes Two. He gave me a signed copy of the game.
Wow.
Awesome. And he sent me a video as well of him saying thank you for playing the game. He's a really awesome guy.
I've heard he's a very nice guy, because he also did another one, A Way Out, he did a few years ago, about 2 criminals escaping in a co-op game, and he's done this one, and I think he's doing another one. I've heard he's a very nice guy.
That's cool. Soon. But the other one, A Way Out, it's in my top 5 at some point. Spoiler alert. We'll get to that one soon.
I feel like that's the name of a 70s song. I'm thinking in my head.
Well, It Takes Two.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a song. It Takes Two.
It's like a duo song.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be
Two to
singing
tango, whatever.
I'm not going to be singing it though.
I can't think of who does it, but I'm thinking.
It's an Elton John one, isn't it? No,
maybe.
No, maybe. I don't know. I don't think so. Not that I know of.
Quite a lot of people that sang it. I can't remember who was that sang it.
Yeah, I don't know. That's what I think about. I think it's on a commercial. That's maybe what I'm thinking about in my break.
So do you want to hear that's not played It Takes Two, Jason?
What's that?
Are you the one here that's not played It Takes Two?
I've not played it either.
Yeah, I have not played it.
Well,
I've never heard of it.
I might have to redo the story again and play it with all of you separately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can do that.
But,
Okay.
yeah, because I think it's cross-platform. I think
Oh, that's cool.
not 100% sure, but yeah, it's a fantastic video game. So I guess we'll get to it with our number 4. So you go first, Pete.
Yep. For me, at number 4 is Super Mario 64.
Ah,
Love it. Yeah, I actually played it on the DS first. I did because they re-released it for the DS back in 2005, and it was my first ever DS game.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
such a lot of fun, exploring all the different worlds.
Yeah.
The creepy piano that scared me as a child. I was just
Go-
like, oh, this is a lovely piano, and then it's got yours, and it goes like, yeah, and I'm like, what? But yeah, it's a great game. So many fun memories, so many creative levels, and you can definitely see the inspiration in that game that inspired Super Mario Odyssey, which came out in 2017. Definitely one of the best Mario games out there, and I'm looking forward to seeing what happens in the future. Also, the boss battles are fun with Bowser, where you have to swing him around and
Yeah,
throw
what's
him away.
Yeah.
That's very iconic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so happy to hear you say that. I love that game.
It's great.
You won't be happy with me, Jason. I've not played it.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, I've not
I've
played
not
it,
played
but I've seen Let's Plays of it.
yeah. Just the
I
gameplay
was
value.
gonna get the 3D All Stars game with it on.
Mm.
But I
If
want
you've got the
that
online, mate, you've already got it on the Nintendo 64 app.
Oh, really?
It's already on there. Yeah, if you've got the Nintendo 64 app on the Switch, go in there and it's on there for you.
I just I want a complete remaster of it. Really, I want better graphics for it. I'm not sure if I can play it with those graphics. Who knows?
The one in the Super Mario 3D All Star set is the exact same version, actually.
Yeah, it's the exact same. It's not really
Mm.
much of a remake or remaster. I've had several rants about that collection.
I do agree with you there, though. They really should have fully remade all the games and added Super Mario Galaxy 2.
Yeah, I'm quite far behind on the Mario games, but I have played Odyssey though, and that's my favorite
That's a
Mario
great
game.
one.
It's fantastic. Yeah.
I like the
That-
theme
that-
song, Jump Up Superstar.
Oh, that song got stuck in my head loads when I
Oh, it's
first
very
played it.
catchy. It's in my head now. I know all the lyrics.
That's in my top 20 games.
Mm.
I think if I played it more, it might be in my top 15. But yeah. So you're number 4, Brian.
All right, so my number 4 is Fallout 4.
All right.
So this is the fourth of the main series. Now, when people talk about their favorite Fallout game, generally people will say New Vegas, and I have played New Vegas. I've not beaten it yet, but I've played a good chunk of it, and I enjoy that one too. But the reason why I picked Fallout 4 was because it's the first Fallout I ever played, and this was actually the game where I first heard of the Fallout series in general. So I mean, all the critiques it gets, I do agree with. I agree the story isn't that great. It's kind of standard. It's just about you can be a male or female, but the main story is that you're trying to find your son who gets kidnapped while you're frozen because end of the world is occurring. So you and your family go into this bunker where you're frozen, and then at some point your son gets kidnapped. So when you thaw out, you have to go and try and find him. And so you're just exploring the wasteland, or the Commonwealth, how they call it, and you're just going and it's another open world game where you're completing quests. You're also doing side quests as well, and you're exploring the landscape, just finding weapons, stuff to help you regain health. And you can choose different factions on which side you want to help in order to help you get to your goal. And there's also other elements. You can build bases for like settlers and stuff like that, but that's like, again, a side thing you can do. You gain experience to improve your character, and again, it's not perfect, but again, I put a decent amount of hours into this. And there's a lot of replay value for me because you can challenge yourself, you can do different things to it. It's like you can play it again, but do it in a different way, play with a different faction than the one you did previously. So, yeah, that's my number 4.
I started Fallout 4, but I
Mm.
never finished it.
Yeah.
But I
I
still like
played
playing
it.
it. Cool.
Yeah,
I just-
I started playing it on the PlayStation, but when that broke down, I switched to PC, and that's where I finally finished it.
I think it's
Yeah,
quite a
it's a
slow
good
start to the game. I think
Yeah,
I
a little bit.
didn't really get into it.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind
But
of a post-apocalyptic world, or
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right?
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I
It feels
must
like
admit, I actually didn't mind Fallout 76. I played it last year and had a lot of fun with it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I heard a lot of mixed reviews on that one.
Yeah.
it's kind of one of those games where you just spend hours and hours doing nothing. It feels like, and you're just
Yeah.
running around doing whatever, and you're like, wow, I just wasted my whole day.
Well, there's still a story.
There's
There's still a goal. Again, you're trying to find your son. So that's the basics. That's the basic story of it. But yeah.
And there's like hundreds of side quests as
Yeah,
well.
exactly.
Isn't
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but I get the feeling. I'm afraid to play the game. I'm afraid I won't get. I'll play it for hours and I feel like I didn't accomplish anything or something. All right, number 4 for me, right?
Number 4 for you.
All right. This one's another game I played on the Xbox 360, and it is called Red Dead Redemption. Which I haven't.
I may have heard of that one.
You might have, yeah.
it?
I haven't played the second one. That's definitely on my list of games I want to get for the PS4 because I've heard a lot of good things about the Red Dead Redemption 2, which I think, did you mention that, Pete?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it's a great
The
game.
second? Yeah. So I'm sure if I played that one, that would be on my list. Maybe, I don't know. But I've only played the first one on the Xbox 360, and such a fun game because you're in the Old West, and it's just so fun being in the Old West and going from town to town. It's another game that has such a really interesting story behind it, and I love the main character, and I love all the dialogue. A lot of great voice acting in it. I love you go to some guy and he's like, all right, I got this mission for you, and so you go do the mission and you're shooting people, and then you go to somebody else. All right, I got another mission, and you get all through these missions, and all of a sudden you get to another part of the world building. You go to Mexico, I think, at one point, and so I just love how the story progresses in that way. It's just I love getting on a horse and just riding around. Like, it's one of those games where it's like I don't have to be doing anything but just riding around on a horse out in the desert, like, because the scenery is so beautiful and the music, and you're just like, I'm just playing. I'm a cowboy, like in a cowboy movie. It's like the best Western movie, to me, that I'm playing a part of, and that's just so fun. It also has probably the best ending to a video game I've ever played before, which just totally blew my mind. How there's a twist that happens towards the end that it's a really shocking twist that you don't see coming. And then you keep playing. You're thinking, oh, is the game over? No. Now I'm playing some more. But what's going on? And the way it ends, I'm just like, wow, that's the best video game ending of all time. This could be a movie, and I'd say this is like the best movie ever. Like, that is
it ends with a satisfying conclusion,
So satisfying. You're like, yes, that's how it should end. Brilliant. Whoever script writers hopefully won an award for script writing. I'm sure there's some kind of script writing, right, for video gaming.
Yeah.
Someone's writing the
awards.
Dialogue, and yeah, they definitely deserve something because I was absolutely amazed by the ending of the game. So that's why it's at number 4 for me.
Yeah, it's a really, really great game. I'm not the biggest fan of Red Dead Redemption 2, though. I think it's just all right.
Really?
Yeah, fan of that one, though.
I never played the first one, I have to admit, because I never had an Xbox 360 or PS3. But the second one I enjoyed. I can play the first one through online, so I should give that a go.
That's interesting because it's like a prequel to the first game. So
Yeah.
So a character that's in the first game comes up in the second game, and right? But you're like,
Yeah.
I don't know that guy because I didn't play the first game.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
Everybody else is like, wow, here he is. Pete's like, I don't know who that is.
So I guess we'll get to it with our with my number 4, and that's Lego Marvel Superheroes, my favorite Lego game, and it's the first video game I ever 100% completed.
Oh, really?
And I've completed it twice. I've nearly completed it all the time.
Is that the 2013 one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great game.
Yeah, I absolutely love it. I feel like I know the game at the back of my hand, really. I love the story, and it's just so much fun playing the game. It's one of my favorite video game experiences. Playing Lego games, Lego Marvel is just my favorite Lego game. And all these games are going to be mentioning are all these other ones are rated 9.5, except my favorite video game. That one to me is a 10 out of 10.
Okay.
This is just a fantastic Lego game. If you never played Lego game before, this is probably the best one to start off with. It's got an original story for it, and I love all the different characters you get to play as. I think my favourite's either Deadpool or Stanley.
Yeah, Stanley has loads of special powers, don't he?
He can swing like Spider-Man, and
he turned into Hulk, can't he?
Excelsior Hulk, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's very, very cool. Yeah, I think when he's Excelsior Hulk, I think he takes his glasses off.
Yes, I think he does.
I think that's what I love the character of Venom in the game as well. The way that Venom transforms. There's just so many amazing characters, and just such an amazing video game that I've got a lot of nostalgia for.
It's a bit where you jump off the shield helicopter and dive down into the city.
It's so satisfying.
I know, and the Marvel music plays, don't it?
And collecting all those studs. I've got billions of studs in that game.
Yeah, those are hard to get 100% on. I usually give up after a while because I'm like,
oh yeah, they are
hard to try to get everything.
I'm not the biggest fan of free play in Lego games.
Yeah.
You've already done the missions that you have to redo them just to get all the collectibles.
Yeah.
Did you play Lego City Undercover, Adam?
Yep. Played that one.
Oh, that's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
The new Star Wars one's good as well, but there's so much to do.
They're all really, really great Lego games. I'm not the biggest fan of Lego Indiana Jones 2, though.
Oh no, I wasn't the big
fan.
Yeah. I wasn't the biggest fan of Lego Movie 2 video game either. Yeah, I wasn't the biggest fan of that one. I thought that was a bit of a disappointment. But yeah, I love Lego games. It's one of my favourite video game franchises.
I did like the Ninjago one, the Lego Ninjago movie one. I 100% that one over the summer.
I was pleasantly surprised with that one. I enjoyed it more than I thought I would.
Yeah. I got it for free. PlayStation were giving it free over the pandemic, so I was like, "All right, I'll try it," and I really liked it.
I preferred it more to the actual film of Ninjago.
I haven't actually seen the film. I've got it, but I haven't seen it as per usual.
Right, I guess we're in our top 3 now.
Ooh, yeah. For me, at number 3 is the original Metroid Prime from 2002, I think it is. Yeah, I love the Metroid series. It was great on the NES and SNES, and then getting it to 3D was a big, hard jump. It missed the Nintendo 64, and when Prime was announced, there was a lot of hype for it, and there was a lot of worry because it was a troubled development, but it came out and it was an incredible game. It mixed like the 2D exploration into a 3D scape and had like first-person shoot elements. Felt very much like Zelda at times, and it looks incredible. Still looks incredible to this day. Apparently, we might be getting a remake for the Switch, which I hope so, because we're still waiting on Metroid Prime 4. It's been about 6 or 7 years since that was announced. But yeah, that's probably my favorite Metroid game, and definitely one of the greatest games Nintendo's ever made, I think.
Right, that's on my bucket list.
Oh, it's an incredible game.
Yeah.
The sequel's very good as well. It's quite hard, the sequel, but it's good.
Okay.
I've not played a Metroid game.
You haven't played it?
No, I haven't played one.
They're pretty fun.
Mm.
Is
The
it
new one
Metro
for
Prime for
Switch.
GameCube?
Yeah, GameCube.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I thought.
I got it for Wii. I got the trilogy box set. It came in
Mm.
like a nice slip
Okay.
cover, and you could play it with the pointer, so it was quite easier to play. But the new one on Switch is really good. Metroid Dread. That's a fun little 2D side-scrolling game.
Okay.
Isn't there an arcade cabinet version of Metroid?
Oh, I honestly don't know.
So I might have seen it in a couple of arcades.
Yeah, might have done. Yeah, I know they did a pinball game, so that might have been it.
Possibly, yeah.
You're making me think I need to get a Nintendo Switch now.
I know. I've been eyeing it recently.
Because it sounds like you can play some of older Nintendo games on it.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
you can play NES, SNES, Nintendo 64, even some Mega Drive games, as well as all the other stuff.
man, you kind of got me sold on that. I like that.
You should put the Nintendo Switch on your Christmas list, Jason.
I might have to. I got this. I said I got some old Super Nintendo games on there that I enjoy playing for nostalgia reasons. But yeah.
Yeah. All right, so my turn, right?
Yep.
All right, so number 3. Okay, number 3. I don't have a physical copy of it. I bought it digitally on the PS4, and I bought it around my birthday, so that was kind of like my own birthday present at that time. So number 3 is Ghost of Tashima. That's
great game, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely really great game. Actually, one of my coworkers at the Cry Studio I work at, he actually suggested it to me because he was gonna get it too, and yeah, it did not disappoint. Like it's just looks absolutely incredible. Like the action and the fighting mechanics is well done, and it takes place in Japan, and Japan has a very cool aesthetic that just can't be beat.
It's a beautiful looking game.
Yeah, beautiful looking game, and you're traveling on a horse. And you're just a samurai. You have your sword, but you have all the traps. You have all the traps as well. And I love the historical aspect of it as well, because again, it takes place in ancient Japan when the Mongols were invading.
Yeah.
And I just absolutely love that historical, because I'm kind of a history nerd as well. Like, so that really scratched that itch there. So yeah, number 3 is Ghost of Tsushima for me.
It's kind of like a samurai movie, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. Yeah.
And the music in that game is it's stellar.
The combat and the standoff where you have to stand up against them and fight. Oh, that's so great.
I never do the standoff. I was terrible at them.
I know, yeah. Took me a few tries, but I got it. And it was and Ghost of Tsushima was the last PS4 game I was able to complete. So glad I finished it before, I
really enjoyed the way that game ended as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got 2 endings.
Right. What'd you choose?
Well, I let isn't it his uncle?
Yeah, either kill the uncle or
let his uncle live.
Okay, yeah. I let him live too.
I let him live as well. It's been a while since I played it, but such a good game, beautiful game, and we're getting a film of it as well.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I regret it. I regret selling it. I sold it once I completed it.
Oh, really?
I never played the DLC for it either. So I wish I kept it to play the DLC.
What's the DLC?
I think there's downloadable content. It's extra content in the video game.
I'm so old.
There's an extra story mode that is on it. I think it adds a little bit to after the game finished.
I think isn't there a sequel coming out as well?
Yeah, the sequel's coming to PS5.
Oh, really?
Yeah, definitely buying that one.
That's on my list of games I need to play. I haven't played it yet, but everything I see about it looks so cool. I really want to get it someday.
If you like cinematic games that you will love, then
Yeah.
you will love that one. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks so cool. I love the samurai aspect of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot what I was going to say, but anyways, it's my turn anyways, right? So
Yeah.
Yeah. It might come back to you with what you were going to say.
yeah, I'm trying to think. I was thinking about you said like I think about video games back in the day. Like I'd get like a cartridge and you put it in, start it up, starts, you play. With the PS4, like I put the game in, and it's like, all right, 30 minutes to download. I'm like,
Yeah.
I wait 30
Yeah.
minutes, and then every couple of weeks I'll put it in. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna play this game. It's like we got an update. I'm like,
Yeah.
Call of Duty is terrible for it. It's like 100 gigabyte update as soon as you put the disc in for the first time. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to play it tonight. Probably next week at this rate.
That's the one thing that drives me crazy about today's gaming. I don't know. I'm old school maybe. I'm just like, I just want to put the game in.
Yeah.
Also Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
like it used to be, you didn't worry about Wi-Fi. But now it's like I'll put a game in. It's like, oh, it's not connected to your Wi-Fi. So now I got to go through this whole settings and like, why is my Wi-Fi not working? And
you didn't usually want to play the game.
I just want to play the stupid game, but I got to go through all this stupid stuff to get to it. I'm like, oh man, why can't I just put it in and play it? Anyways.
I played a single player game the other day, and there was like loads of T's and C's you got to agree to, and I'm like, I just want to play a game.
I know.
And also for like multiplayer games, especially for PlayStation, you have to buy like a subscription in order to actually play the multiplayer. And I'm like,
oh, really?
I heard, like, I don't want to pay more to play with others. I just want to play.
Yeah.
I mean, I could barely. I could. If I were to actually buy a PS4, I could barely afford that. So I don't want to spend more.
Oh, the online's about £100 a year over here. I think it's $120 in America. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, that's my old man rant on video gaming. Number 3 is a video game somebody else mentioned, and that is Uncharted 2.
Ooh.
Yeah.
This is the Uncharted, the first 3 collection. I guess there's 2 there.
Like my favorite collection that's ever been for video games.
Were you the one that mentioned Uncharted 2, Adam?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll be mentioning another one soon.
Yeah, the whole Uncharted franchise. There's 4 of them. I have all 4 games, all amazing.
It's my favorite video game franchise.
Yeah, it's up there as one of the best. And I just, like I said, I just kind of played this for the first time this last year. And one of the reasons why I wanted to get a PlayStation 4 was I wanted to play Uncharted because I kept seeing people play it on YouTube. Like I'm one of those guys that goes on YouTube and watches other people play video games. And because I'm like, well, I probably won't, I can't afford this game or something, or I don't have whatever system. So I'm like, I'll watch somebody else play it. So at least I kind of get a gist of what's going on. Anyway, so I used to always love playing or watching like Uncharted, people play Uncharted games, and it looks so much fun. And I was like, I gotta get a PS4 because I gotta play this game because it looks so awesome. And it's always on a lot of lists of best games. Again, it has such a great storyline, great cinematic. It's like I heard someone say this, and it's so interesting. It's very unique in that, to me, anyways. Of course, video gaming, you play, and then you get to a point, and then you have a cutscene. And I don't know what you guys feel about. I love cutscenes because it's like you're watching a movie. I know some people are like, I hate cutscenes and try to, get through them as quick as possible. Some find them annoying, I think, but like I'm always love a good cutscene. I'm like, yeah, I want to hear some story, some character development, because I look at video games as like a movie, I guess, in a sense. Maybe because I'm such a movie nerd as well. I love that aspect of it. But this video game, it feels like you're in a cutscene and you're playing the character still. It's very unique. I don't know if you know what I mean. That's the best way I can explain it. Like you're running around shooting, and then your guy's having
It's so
something
cinematic, even in the gameplay, isn't it? With all the
Yeah.
action set pieces and all the
So good.
shootouts.
So good.
like I know one of the Uncharted games, like you're running across this thing, and all of a sudden the camera pans out. I'm like, what's the camera doing? I'm playing, and it's panning out and showing how big the area is I'm running in. I'm like, wow, that is a cool idea.
Like
Or
that,
you're,
yeah. It reminds me
you're-
of that desert part in Uncharted 3.
yes,
Mm.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah. So good.
Yeah, so I just love the whole design of it. It's just so amazing. Nathan Drake is one of the best characters. He's very funny and witty. Of course, and it's a good first-person shooter type game. Also, parkour. I love the parkour aspect of it, running and climbing up things, and is very fun. The second one, to me, is a standout of all four of them, because you start out in a train over a cliff, and you have no idea how you got there, and that's the beginning of the game. You're like, what's going on? And you have to climb out of this train before it falls over a cliff. And then most of the game is a flashback. So you figure out, how did I get here? And so now you're flashing back and you're playing all the way to when you get to that point. And you're like, oh, this is how I got to this. This is why I'm in a train going off a cliff. I mean, that's such an interesting idea for gaming that I've never kind of really seen before. That's brilliant. Again, brilliant script writing. I'm like, these guys are brilliant. Like, and I have to say, like, there's a train sequence. If you play the game, there's this level where you're on a train and you're trying to get to the top of the front of the train, because the bad guy has this girl that you want to save or whatever. And it is the best level of any video game I've ever played. Like,
Definitely
I think we played it. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like you're running across this train, and I'm just looking at the scenery, because the scenery keeps changing as you're going. Like, a lot of times you're on a train, it's just repeating the same scenery, and you don't. But this game, it's like, oh, now I'm in the jungle. Oh, now I'm like out in the waterfall thing. Oh, now I'm up in the mountains and there's snow. I mean, it was like I was blown away just looking at the scenery of this game, going, wow, I'm really this train. I feel like I'm really on a train moving, and that was such a cool aspect of the game I've never seen in other video games before. Anyways, so I can't say enough. Uncharted 2 is one of the best games I ever played.
I think it's got the best beginning to any video game in that one.
I agree.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's got one of my favorite video game villains with Lazarevich.
Yeah,
he's very
he was good in it.
Yeah,
very good.
Throughout that franchise, it's got amazing music and just amazing gameplay and writing. It's hard to go wrong with an Uncharted game.
No, they're all really good. I mean, I think second one stands out, but I mean, you could pick any of the four, I think. And
we don't talk about Uncharted: The Golden Abyss though.
Lost Legacy is very good. That one with Chloe and Nadine. I enjoyed that one.
Is that the spin-off?
Yeah.
The two girls, or is that?
Yeah, that's the one.
Have you played that one, Jason?
No, I haven't played that one.
It's a really, really good one.
Okay.
You should play that. It's not a very long game. I think you can get it done in about 5 or 6 hours.
Yeah, it's about a 7 to 8 hour game, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think it's my turn for my number 3. And it's one you mentioned a bit earlier, Pete, and that's A Way Out.
Oh,
that's my third favorite video game. And I think this video game's got the best ending to any video game. It really got to me the way that this game ended. The overall video game is it's I think the best co-op game there's ever been. And I really, really enjoy the story for this game. I don't think the writing or the story is perfect, but I still find it absolutely amazing. And there's so many different fun gameplay scenarios, and just you're always doing something different in every chapter in that game. You don't even spend that much of the game escaping prison. You probably spend about 20% of the game in prison, and then the rest is just escaping for the law, really. And there's twists Yeah, you're playing as criminals.
Ah, okay.
There's a twist at the end of the game that I really wasn't expecting, and that's what's one of the reasons why it's my favorite ending to any video game.
Okay.
Very heartbreaking as well, but I won't spoil any more. I won't say any more than that for the ending in case you've not played it.
Sorry, forgot about that.
Got a drink now.
Drink break.
Get a drink.
Really a big drink. Is that it?
There we go.
Are you on number one yet?
No, not my favorite video game yet.
Getting
Still
close.
my favorite.
Not,
We're talking about A Way Out.
not Goldeneye. Or the-
You loved A Way Out, didn't you?
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, it's a fantastic video game.
Oh,
See, the top 100 games, we've not played that many. No, yeah, it's a fantastic video game. I highly recommend it if you've not played it.
Yeah. Oh, I've
You're
never
not
played
sure.
it because I haven't done multiplayer. Because you got to play multiplayer with that one. You can't play it on your own, can you?
No, you can't. Unless
really?
you can do it as couch co-op. But yeah, you can't do it on your own though.
Ah.
Oh.
But I think if you did it on your own, I think it would be too easy. I think that's what I think it makes it more challenging having two people playing it.
Huh.
But I think it makes it even more fun though.
Yeah, it looks like a very clever game with like what they have to do.
Yeah, and before I played it, I knew it was going to be a really good game. But I think it blew me away how good the game was. It took about half an hour to get into it though. But once you get into it, you're having an absolute blast playing it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
My number two.
Top
Number two is The Legend of Zelda: Twilight Princess. Yeah, I do love all the Zelda ones, but this was the first home console Zelda I ever played, and for me, it just clicked. I got it for my birthday in 2008, and I loved it. The whole dark setting of it all, it felt very Lord of the Rings-esque, should I say. The story too certainly took a while to get into, but once you finally got your sword and you were out to explore the open world, it was great. The first dungeons with the giant spiders absolutely petrified me when I was younger. I was like, oh, turn it off, turn it off. But then it was quite fun because you had the monkeys that you had to save in that dungeon. You had to save about 10 monkeys to proceed. And then once you finally complete that, you could just explore. And then Link became a wolf as well. And the ending is just so epic. The boss battles are great. And I don't think we've ever had a Zelda that sort of epic ever since. I don't think. I really do enjoy it, and the characters are great, and I really hope they release it for Switch.
Yeah, that's another bucket.
How many Zelda games are there?
Oh, tons.
With spin-offs,
lot.
I'd say about 25 to 30.
Yeah, sounds about right. Yeah, Twilight Princess is another one. It's on my bucket list. Of course, I check on eBay for a copy. I'm like, oh god.
Yeah, that's the problem with Nintendo games. They really stick the prices. They released it on Wii U, and I know the Wii U one's quite cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had of course, I started with Zelda Link to the Past on Super Nintendo, which was a great game. And then 64 had Ocarina of Time, and Majora's Mask was the second one on there.
Yeah.
And I think after that was Twilight Princess, maybe.
It was
And then-
Wind Waker,
It was
then
Wind
Twilight.
Waker.
Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, Skyward Sword.
Yeah.
I've heard of all these games. I've
Breath of
heard
the
of all
Wild,
these
all I know.
games. I've just not played any of them.
Yeah.
But I have heard of all those Zelda games though.
Oh,
So
they have a great franchise. Very epic feeling for Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was the first kind of game playing for Super Nintendo, even where I was like really into the story and kind of really got into really enjoying all that aspect and collecting things and talking to people, and I love that aspect of Zelda.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's got pretty good humor in it too overall.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple of funny characters in it. One of them is called Tingle.
Yeah.
All right, so number 2,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Your second favorite video game, Bryer?
Second favorite game. Horizon Zero Dawn.
Oh, great choice. Yeah.
Yeah, I got this by accident actually. Same with the PS4. So at that point, my mom was working at a Walmart, and she has access to stuff and so one day she came home and brought this over and said, "Hey, I think you might like this." I had no idea what this was prior, so but it looked good. As it has as on the site it has a good review, so it must be a good one. So I put it on, I played it, and yep, they weren't wrong. Yep, yeah, it's just another interesting story. Like you're just playing this woman just trying to figure out the origins of these machines just inhabiting the earth, and it's just that part is very interesting. And so you're just kind of just on this quest to kind of find out the truth behind it, and it's just great gameplay. Again, great action scenes. The bosses are also pretty great to look at as well. And yeah, it's been a while since I played it though, so I'm trying to remember other stuff about it. But I like the artwork about it. The ending was also really good. I like the ending.
Yeah, I like the ending.
Yeah. I have not played the sequel. I probably won't play for a while now, but I think I think this is still like a good complete game. That's my number 2.
It's got my favorite female video game character of all time with Aloy.
Yeah.
Oh, Aloy's great. It's a really good game. Your PlayStation hits, they're in red cases. Ours are still in blue cases over here in the UK.
Yeah.
It's kind of odd to see PlayStation games in a red case.
Yeah. Kind of interesting.
My least favorite part of Horizon Zero Dawn is those bird machines.
Oh yeah, I hated those.
Oh, they're a pain, yeah.
They really frustrate me.
They're actually remaking that for the PS5 now, Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah.
Cool.
Interesting.
I prefer it to the new one, but I still really enjoy the new one as well.
The new one's pretty good. At least you get to ride the birds in this one, so it isn't too bad.
And you get to glide around, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I remember you did a review on your channel, didn't you, Adam?
Yeah, I've done a review of both of them.
Yeah.
I haven't played it, but I've heard good things about it. It seems like it's on a lot of lists of great PS4 games.
So it's certainly up there for me.
Yeah. I have a number of PS4 games I need to check out. I'm just so... It's like I got movies I'm buying. I got albums I'm buying.
And you're going to get the Nintendo Switch soon.
I gotta save money for that. Yeah. All this budget things. So I'm like, video games, I'm not as buying as much as I'm buying other stuff. So I'm a little behind on video gaming at the moment. And I heard PS5s are like almost impossible to get, so I haven't even tried.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I'll
stick with the PS4 for the moment. So, but yeah. Number 2 for me is Batman Ark City.
I knew that was coming.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I talked about this on my channel the other day. Kind of a preview of like what's probably going to be on my list, because I was like, I played this first for the Xbox 360 though, and I just bought this like a week ago because I wanted to show it on this channel, because I was like, oh, I need to get some video games so I can show it when I'm on my top 10 video games. This is the two. This is the collection of Arkham Asylum and Ark City. There's an Arkham Knight that I haven't played yet. Another PS4 game I need to get at some point.
Are you gonna get Gotham Knights when it's out?
Is that for PS5 though, or?
It's only for PS5 and the next gen Xbox. I think it got cancelled for PS4.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, so I won't be able to play that, I don't think, at the moment. But the franchise is really good as far as I can tell. I've played those two, except for the Xbox 360. And I'm playing it right now on the PS4. I just got it, and I've just been going through it again. And I'm trying to think of where to start. If you love Batman, it's such a great Batman story. again, it's so fun just playing Batman. It's like I love being like, I'm Spider-Man, I'm Batman. Hey, Trudy.
Hi.
Hello.
I'm a cowboy. I'm an adventurer. I don't know. It's just like fun being in the shoes of these characters. And Batman was such a fun game. I love Arc City, especially the sequel was really good. Because you have this whole world building city, or I say world. You have this whole open. What do you call it? Open
World, yeah.
open world. Called Arc City, where you're stuck in the city, and it has all the Batman villains in it. And so so it's fun just exploring this city and seeing what's going on. And you're just walking around and you run into a gang of thugs. Like, all right.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, let's go at it. Boom, boom, boom. And you start going at it. And it's just so fun. And yeah, it's just so fun just going through the city. And of course, a lot of side quests and stuff like that. But overall, really good Batman story. I'm like, this is like the best Batman movie. The dialogue is so great. I say that about a lot of these games. I love good dialogue, and the dialogue is really great. I love all the Batman villains. Batman has like the best villains in my opinion. So I love coming across the villains and going,
Joker is my favorite. I love Mark Hamill's Joker.
This is the best brilliant Joker ever. Like, this is better to me than even Heath Ledger, better than Joaquin Phoenix. It's the Joker in this video game, voiced by Mark Hamill. Just brilliant. The dialogue that he comes up, he's scary and creepy yet funny at the same time. I mean,
yeah.
Also, the character designs are kind of somewhat new. They did a lot of new character designs for villains, which I really enjoyed. I thought they did a really good job with that. And what makes it such a great game is the first time I've played a game with this fighting. What do you call it? Mechanic, I guess you call it.
Free flow combat, I think that's what it's called, isn't it? Where
Is that
you
what it's
jump
called?
from enemy to enemy. Yeah.
Yes. This is the first time. I don't know if it's the first game to do it.
It is.
It's the first time I've ever seen it, and it is the coolest thing ever. Where it's brilliant. Whoever come up with this idea, I love it. Where it's like you can get in a group of like 10 guys, and you attack. Someone's coming to attack you. You push this button, and you block them. And so it feels like a real fight, like a cinematic fight. And it's different every time as you go through the guys. Yeah, and you're just beating up this guy. All of a sudden someone comes, block, boom, 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 block, boom, boom, boom. And it flows so well. And it's so fun. I just love running around town just beating people up because it's so fun. And yeah, first time I've ever seen that. And I was like, yeah, love that. They did it in Spider-Man as well, which is very fun.
Yeah, they did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's a video game I played, I think, called Shadows of Mordor.
Shadow of Mordor,
yeah.
Shadow of War also does it. And there's also a Mad Max one as well.
Oh, really?
Okay. Yeah, I really enjoyed that Mad Max game.
Okay. Yeah, I love that. I'm like, every game should have this fighting mechanic. It's the best way of fighting I've ever seen in a game. And, of course, as you go on, there's bad guys that have knives and shields and electric rods, so you have to kind of strategize how you're going to fight them. I'm like, okay, I'm going to get away from this guy and try to take out these guys, and then okay, now I got to run over here, and so I'm running around the area trying to get them following me.
It's got quite a lot of strategy to it.
Yeah, there's a lot of strategy of how I'm going to pick these guys off one by one. So then I have
that's fun. That is where you have to swing from side to side to pick them off one by one without them noticing, stealthily.
Oh, I love doing it stealth.
That's another great I've never seen before, but
you feel like an actual bat when you're doing that.
Those are very challenging because you have to be kind of patient. At least I'm just sitting there watching them like, okay, I wait for one to go off. I'm like, all right, I'm going after that guy. And every once in a while they catch me. I'm like, oh crap. And then they start shooting me and I'm like, oh no. So I'm not always good at the Predator part, but that is a fun aspect of the game. But
I've only played Arkham Asylum and Arkham City. I've not played any of the others.
Yeah, both are really good. I think
I prefer Arkham City.
Yeah, just brilliant. I mean, first time playing it, that's why it's number 2 on my list, because I just never seen anything like this before. And when I played on Xbox 360, it's kind of the reason why I bought Xbox 360. I was like, I gotta play this game. This game looks awesome, and I wasn't disappointed. It's still one of my favorite games.
I found it a little bit too dark at times for me, but yeah, it's still a great.
It does get kind of dark.
Yeah. The ending is shocking, isn't it?
Yeah, it's crazy, the ending.
Well, Harley Quinn says some things. I'm like, wow, that's a little,
Penguin, some of the things he says to the Batman, I'm like, whoa, I never heard you call Batman that before.
Yeah, it definitely is not a family-friendly game, I would say.
No.
We got Coro here saying hi all.
Hey, Coro. How you doing, mate?
He's saying hell yeah. That was my mum, yeah. And he said subscribed. I'm not sure who to. All of us.
All of us.
Coro's a friend of mine. He's a great
Better
guy.
be all of us.
Cool. Right, so my second favourite video game. And it's Uncharted 4, Thief's End.
Yeah.
My favourite Uncharted game.
Okay, yeah.
It was my favourite story-based video game. And it's just absolutely amazing with brilliant writing, and you got Nathan's brother Sam in this, and they're all really great characters, and the gameplay is I just think it's perfect here, and you got quite a lot of variety. You got puzzles, you've got shooting, you've got running parts, and I really enjoy the story overall, and getting all those treasures. And I think it's a great length as well. I feel like it's near perfect length in this game, and it's just, in my opinion, the best Uncharted game and one of the best video games of all time. One of my favorites as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. What about the Crash Bandicoot Easter egg?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, I think my favorite part of the game is that driving sequence. I can't remember what. Is it Madagascar?
Oh, is it where you have to drive through the town and then he goes through the mud holding onto the rope? Oh, that's one of the best set pieces I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I could spend hours just doing that one scene.
Oh yeah, it's incredible.
I feel like I was constantly getting stuck with that car, and you had to like go uphill and on these muddy roads, and I'm like, I can't make it.
He's your nightmare.
You're what? You stalk me in my dreams?
Stalking.
I think
that's
I think we'll move on from that.
Bit TMI there.
That's the first I've actually heard of it, Coro.
Here we are. Can we now talk about our favourite video game now?
Number one for me, it is Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Absolutely love it. It's like one of the first games I ever played. I played the first Sonic, really enjoyed it. But Sonic the Hedgehog 2 was just that little bit better. It had incredible level design. The music was superb. The introduction of Tails, making it two levels in a zone instead of 3, made each level feel fresh and new. And Sonic was so fast in it, and that's what Sonic is about, and it just perfectly encaptured it for me. I do think it's probably the best 2D Sonic, probably bar Sonic Mania, but even then that's sort of a best of package. But yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is superb.
I've not played that one.
Yeah, I haven't played it.
I've heard a lot of amazing things about that game, though.
At least we had another person who said Sonic at some point.
You said Sonic Colors, didn't you? That's a great one. I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that new Sonic game, Sonic Frontiers.
Yeah,
I'm quite intrigued about that one.
Is Sonic 2, is that where they introduce like a point of view of Sonic, or am I thinking of something else?
That's still on the Genesis, right? Sonic 2, right?
Yeah, it's Mega Drive over here, but
Mega
it's the
Drive.
Genesis,
Okay. Okay.
To subscribe to me, thank you. And you also subscribe to Bryer, because he looks like a cool dude to hang out with. You're all really cool dudes to hang out with.
Oh, that's really nice.
Hey, thank you.
Like passion for Batman. Yeah.
All right.
I was going to do a Batman impression then, but Can't really do it.
Nah, I won't attempt.
Yeah, no.
So, your favorite video game then, Bryer?
All right,
Yeah.
my favorite game of all time, and this is the game where I spent the most hours on. This is Stardew Valley.
Stardew Valley.
I've
Yeah,
never heard of it.
yeah. So basically, if you've heard like Harvest Moon or Animal Crossing,
It looks like Harvest Moon or something.
yeah, it's very
Yeah.
similar to that.
Okay.
Like it was heavily influenced by those games.
Okay.
So fun fact, this was actually made by one person.
Oh, really?
One person programmed and designed everything. And for what he did, especially for just himself, like it's incredible just what he accomplished just by him. So just before I continue, let me just tell you how many hours I spent on this game as I go dark real quick. Okay, so I've spent 1,381.8 hours on this game.
Whoa.
Yeah, so that tells you just how much this game means to me. So basically, it does have a loose story. So basically, your grandfather passes away, and he in his like will, he gives you the deed to his farm. And so one day, your character gets sick of like working at their day job, and so they quit their job and decide to just go out to the countryside and manage a farm. And that's the basic gist of it. So you go there, your goal is to just restore the farm, because by that point the farm is run down, so you have to restore it to how it was before. And you can customize it. You can buy like barns, you can buy a coop, you can buy animals, buy other machines to make profit, because at the end of the day you do have to make money in order to afford this stuff. And of course we love making money, so obviously that always gets me going. So yeah, also and then besides that, you do farm. That's one thing, you make income, but you can also go, there's like caves you can explore. You can like get resources like copper, iron, stuff like that. There's also fishing, so if you want to just want to fish, you can do that. But also you can engage in the other, because there's NPCs in this game as well that also live in the town, so you can socialize with them, gain friendship with them, maybe even marry one of them. So again, very Harvest Moon like, but I like that. It's simple, it's very relaxing. This is the go-to game I go to if I'm stressed out about something. I play the game, I forget about life for a bit, and I'm just completely enthralled. Like, I would love to go to that town in real life if I could. And another thing, like, this is mainly for the PC version. I don't think you can do it with the console version, but you can also mod the game. So if you've like completed everything that the game has, you can mod it so you can add other stuff to it. Like, you can add more quests or more places to go to, more people to interact with. So it just keeps going. There's a whole community by it, and I absolutely adore it. So that's my favorite game of all time.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
How old is the game?
Not that long. I think it came out 2016, I think. So good number of years.
I know it's really popular. I've just never.
I'm assuming
played
it's Corey's favorite game as well.
What? Sorry.
Did
What?
Oh,
Did we just
Oh.
become best friends? Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Well, yeah. There you go.
Might have to check this game out.
What do you play it on? Is it
PC, but you can get it on console. You can get it on
Yeah.
PS4. You can get it on. It's also on Switch as well.
I might have to look into that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, same here.
It's
Sounds interesting.
Yeah, it's really good. And I love and I already mentioned the art style, but it's great.
See, I only play console games. I guess I never play PC or whatever.
No, I've not played many PC games.
I'm kind of out of the loop on that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
same
played
here.
this. I played this game for ukulele on the PC.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The chameleon and the bat, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fun.
I think my favorite video game on the PC is probably Solitaire.
That's a popular one. That's my grandma's favorite.
Yeah, I have played chess, I guess, on PC.
Hmm. So, what's your favorite video game, Jason?
All right, my number one video game goes all the way back to my childhood on the Super Nintendo. That it's on this one, the Nintendo Mini Classic, which I was so happy when I got this game. When I got this, I had my favorite game on it, and I played it recently, and I'm like, it's still my favorite game. I can't believe it, because obviously, as video games have evolved, video games have kind of gotten better, just because graphics and ability to world building and free
Yeah.
all these great advances, but I still go to a game called Final Fantasy 3 for the Super Nintendo. I think it's called other things. It's the Final Fantasy is always a weird series. The numbers to change for some reason, but when I had it for Super Nintendo, it was called Final Fantasy 3. And even though it's a Super Nintendo game, it still has a very cinematic feel to it. I remember first time playing it and just being blown away. And like I said, I love RPG games. Like I mentioned, Chrono Trigger is kind of a similar game. But I love these, I think they call them turn-style-based fighting.
Turn-based.
Turn-based fighting. Anyways, very interesting mechanic of playing a game. And all of a sudden you get into an enemy and you have to choose attack, use magic, use a special attack, heal somebody. I love the strategy of like how to fight a character. And in this one, you have 4. You get to play 4 at once. I mean, in fights. And so I love that. And all the characters have different special abilities. I absolutely love that. So you can kind of pick and choose who you want in your party what you want to do. And they all have kind of different dynamics. Like there's one character that you actually have to push a certain button configuration to perform his attacks, which is different because most of the time you just have to push one button. But this guy, you like have to go left, right, left, A or something like that to be able to do his special attack. Anyway, but everybody has like a different kind of special kind of ability like that. And it feels like a pretty long game. It seems like it takes me a long time to get through it. But it has a really cool story to it. And for Super Nintendo, of course, the graphics were great for that time period. And when I first played, I was like, wow, this is so cool. And music is absolutely fantastic. And this is coming from somebody, I haven't really played a lot of Final Fantasy games. I played like the second one, I think, and the third one. And I know there's some other ones that are popular that I haven't gotten to. But from my understanding, they all have pretty good music to it. And this one does for sure. I feel like a lot of Super Nintendo games, I love the music and a lot of them, in fact, they do a pretty good job with. But yeah, I love all the characters. There's like 12 playable characters, I believe, in the game, if I remember right, which is quite a bit for an RPG. And they all have the different personalities and I love the cut scenes between, as you're traveling and great villain, Kefka, if you ever played the game. And I just love, as you go on, you kind of get to this point where you're thinking, oh, I'm like at the end of the game. And it's like, no, you're not. You're like halfway through the game. It's one of the greatest, what do you call it?
Value for money.
What?
Value for money.
Is that what you're going to
You
say?
get your money's worth.
Sorry, I can't think. Twist.
Not that.
I think Twist. It has one of the best twists
Twist.
in the middle of the game where you're thinking, oh, I'm going to beat the bad guy. And all of a sudden it's like, no, the bad guy won. And you're like, oh my gosh, the bad guy won. What am I going to do now? And all of a sudden you start over as one character again. And you're like,
Oh, really?
and you're like, what the heck? And the bad guy is like taking over the world. And you're like, now you got to go around and grab your friends again, build up all your friends.
I've never seen that being done in a video game before.
Oh, it just blew my mind when you play it. You're like, what's going on? like I just lost. And then all of a sudden you have to get your friends over, or all your guys that you met during the game, get them together again and go back to fight the bad guy. And it's just one of the most, just to me, one of the most brilliant twists I've seen in a video game. But I don't know. You just have to play. It's so epic, in my opinion, of a video game. And yeah, it's just like I said, it's first really big cinematic feeling I had in a video game. I'm like, this could be a movie. Like the storylines, the relationships between characters, character development. I've never really seen it done at this level, and still, like I said, to this day, it's still so fun to play for me. Even though it's like one of these games that takes me forever, seems like to get through, but it's very satisfying. I can't recommend it enough. If you like I said, you can get it on the Super Nintendo Classic, Mini Classic, whatever. That's where you can. I don't know if you can play it on other systems. Pete might know more about that. I don't know.
They remade it for the DS about 10 or 15 years ago with 3D graphics and voice acting. It was really good on there.
Oh wow, that'd be really cool.
And
I can see-
I've still not played a Final Fantasy game.
Yeah, me neither.
Oh wow.
I've got that and Zelda to play at some point.
Oh, they're both treats of a franchise. They are incredible stuff.
Yeah, I can't recommend it more. It's old school, but still works. I think still works today for me as a good video game.
Corey's saying, yeah. Stardew Valley is made by one guy.
Yeah.
And that guy's called God. Could
Not
be.
quite. Not quite.
And they completed Evo Land on Switch today. I never heard of Evo Land. If you haven't played it and are an RPG fan, you should. I might look into that one. Evo Land.
Yeah, I've heard of it. It's like Zelda, I think.
I've got more things I want to say first.
Oh, really?
Right, so I guess I'll get to my favourite now. I forgot to mention that A Way Out came out in 2018 and Uncharted 4 came out in 2016. I guess through my favourite video game of all time. Drum roll, please. No, not on yet. Not on yet. It's E.T. the video game. No, it's not. It's not.
Okay, I was gonna say, which one are you talking about?
The Atari?
Yeah, that one? Is that one? I don't know.
But my favorite video game. I lied a bit earlier saying that it was just all right, and that was Red Dead Redemption 2.
I thought you.
It's my favorite.
You're right.
Yeah, it's my favorite video game of all time.
Like you're pulling my leg right now.
Yeah, you got me on that one. Didn't expect that.
It's a perfect video game, in my opinion. I love the story and the gameplay. Every single aspect of the game, I absolutely love. I can't really fault it, to be honest. I love all the different characters, especially with Arthur Morgan, and it's got my favorite villain of any video game. I feel a bit sorry for Dutch at times, but he is a villain, really. Just the characters just feel really real, and every time I play the video game, I feel like I'm in that world. And I love just the amount of customization with the game, and I've gone through so many horses in that game.
Horses.
Yeah, it should be called Horse Redemption 2 or something. That game. And one of them, I thought it was a male horse, and I called it Jeff. And a day later, I found that it was a female horse.
Oh.
So I had a female horse called Jeff. It's one of the best looking video games I've ever played, and I absolutely love the music and the soundtrack. And there's a couple of songs that were specifically made for this game. One of them's called "That's the Way It Is," and it's one of my favorite songs that's appeared in any video game. I absolutely love it. And the ending's very sad, but then you've also got the epilogue after that ending. So basically, you get two endings in this game, really. I just absolutely love it. And I went in that game today because it's my favorite video game.
Yeah.
It's just so much fun playing that game. Then it really makes you feel like a cowboy when you're playing it, and for all those reasons, it's my favorite video game of all time.
Yeah. Wow.
But Uncharted's got my favorite video game character in Nathan Drake. But my second favorite video game character is Arthur Morgan, and they're both on my covers. Yeah, they're both. And there's Nathan Drake.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. That's cool.
You've got to play Red Dead Redemption 2, Jason.
Yeah, I really want to play that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big game though. It's gonna take you a few hours to do.
Yeah. I played a little bit. I didn't get
Really?
that far into it because we all know what happened to it. Yeah, and I was gonna say
Well,
like I did something similar where I got a horse. It was male, but I named it a female. Gave it a female name by accident.
Oh,
So I was so that happened, and I don't know if anybody noticed. I was like, I did that because I
Yeah, it
completely
does
forgot.
that.
I completely forgot the game's back there. So so yeah, I just want to point that out.
Corey saying that Eviland's amazing and the music alone is worth the price of admission. Not very long game though,
Mhm.
and it's what's my favorite game. Well, in case you missed it, Cora, it's Red Dead Redemption 2. That's my favorite from 2018. But I played it in 2019 though, and I was quite skeptical about Red Dead Redemption 2. But
Yeah.
I just completely fell in love with it. It is quite a slow game to get into though. For example,
Yeah.
gotta wait until 2026 for RDR3 if there is going to be one. It's got a lot to live up to though.
Yeah.
And
I feel like
this GTA 6 will come out first. Whenever that will come out.
Yeah,
Whenever
that's
that will be.
time between the first and second one, didn't it? Or
But I can't remember.
I don't know. I just remember them talking about the second one. I'm like, it just felt like they've been talking about it forever. I'm like, are they ever gonna make this game? And they finally did. And of course,
Yeah.
it looked amazing from what I've seen. But
Yeah, RDR2 for sure.
it's an amazing game.
You've all done your top 10 in less than 2 hours.
Yeah, well we
Oh, well.
we quickly
I am
went through.
impressed. I
We
am
quickly
impressed.
went through from number 10 to number 6.
Wow.
But if any of you have got honorable mentions, we can go through them quickly. So you can go first on that one, Pete. If you've got any
Me?
honorable mentions.
Right, honourable mentions. Oh, I was trying to think of some. Death Stranding, I really enjoyed that one. That was quite a controversial game at launch, but I did enjoy it.
I
God
played
of
that.
War, pardon?
It's a weird game, the Death Stranding.
It
I played
is
it.
definitely very out there.
I call it
no.
I call it a
I remember.
mediocre masterpiece.
Yeah, I get that. I was still like God of War 2018, Breath
Yeah.
of the Wild, Crazy Frog Racer. Nah, just kidding there. Or all the Mario, all the Zelda games, anything with Nintendo and Pokemon on there.
yeah,
Awesome. What about you, Bryer?
So GTA 5 was one. Wii Sports.
yeah,
Wii Sports was pretty big.
that was fun.
I've got so much nostalgia for that game.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
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 it's
a lot of
great.
good stuff.
And the
Memories.
music, the music gets to me.
Yeah,
Mm.
just so iconic, that opening.
Yeah,
Do.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, and then I have The Evil Within 2.
Ooh.
I never played the first game, but I feel like you don't need to play the first game because I was able to understand what was going on without playing the first. It's a horror. It is a horror game in a sense, but it's a pretty interesting story overall. Fallout New Vegas. I mentioned Fallout 4, but Fallout New Vegas is also really good. And last game I'll mention, and I'm not sure. Jason and Adam, don't know if you've noticed, but every time I've been on these live streams, I've mentioned Thomas the Tank Engine at least once. So we're continuing that trend.
there's
Hold
a game.
on. Yep.
I didn't even know there was a game
I
for
didn't
it.
either.
Yeah.
Wow.
So this one is called Railway Adventures.
Okay.
Oh wow!
And what was interesting about this, it actually came with its own specific controller, and I got it. I still have it. Looks like this.
Oh wow.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
How
So
do you
what you
play it on that?
Looks
So
like
what you-
antique.
it's a PC game. So what you do, you mount this onto your keyboard, and each thing will trigger a certain key. So this one makes Thomas goes back and forth. This like changes the directions. This blows the whistle. Get help. Like I doubt this will play now because this doesn't even fit on my current keyboard. But I had many fond memories of this one because I was a Thomas fan as a kid. So naturally this was one I played a lot. So
That's nice, and that
Is
is.
the sequel to that game called Rengo Styles Revenge.
Well, well, by that point, Ringo was no longer part of the show, so not really. So
Oh, that's amazing.
yeah,
And we got the viewer Drew saying, "Have you guys played Marvel Contest of Champions?"
no.
I've heard of it, but I've not played it.
Sounds
And
interesting.
Corey said, "Applause for him too."
Yeah.
And Ocarina of Time. Did anyone mention that yet? I can't remember who mentioned it, but
I mentioned it number 6 on the list.
then my dad put Enslaved on PS4. Yeah, you got it. If none of you have played it, you should play Enslaved. It's a fantastic video game.
Oh, okay.
It's quite an underrated one. Not many people really talk about that one, but it's got a very weird ending though. I still don't get the ending to this day.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of video games. My list isn't complete because I haven't played Red Dead Redemption 2.
A Way Out. Yeah.
Yeah, The Last of Us. I know I've heard a lot of good things about that video game.
Mhm.
That was like a game of the year of the time it came out.
So I guess
I haven't played BioShock. I hear a lot of good things about that.
Oh yeah.
I just Ghost of Tashima, whatever. Yeah, it's just
Tashima, yeah.
like I'm never gonna get to all of them, but
What do you have as your honorable mentions?
I had to mention I used to love playing Guitar Hero and Rock Band.
Oh, yeah. Best good at that, wasn't she?
My sister was really good at those games, yeah.
Yeah, those were a blast to play. And my favorite was Beatles Rock Band, of course.
Oh, same here.
Very iconic game, that one, yeah.
That was so fun to play through the Beatles songs, and the animation behind the songs as you're playing was so fun to watch.
I wish I played that game, but I never played it.
Yeah, I kind of wish I had it now. I don't have it anymore, but man, that
I was
was
only
fun.
about 4 years old when it came out.
Yeah. I had to put. I do enjoy the Lego games quite a bit. It's hard to pick because you said Lego Marvel, and that's really great game.
I've been to where they make the Lego games.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh.
I saw them make one of them.
that's
It was
good.
Lego Marvel's Avengers.
TT
I
Games.
saw the. I went
Oh,
to TT Games.
games are amazing.
I went to the office in Manchester.
Oh.
That's
Okay.
super cool.
They gave you a mech, didn't they?
Yeah, they built a Lego set for me.
Yeah.
Wow.
I might have to do a video talking all about
Well,
that.
his
maybe.
dad had a look to see how much it's worth. He won't sell it.
No,
He will
it's not for
sell it.
It's not for sale. I'm not selling it.
So, because it's a one-off mech, quite a bit, but no, he will not. Well, a lot of his stuff he won't sell.
It came with a Lego figure inside, and it's my favorite Lego figure, and I called it Dave. I don't know why I called it Dave. Because everyone knows a Dave.
Every time we move house, we have to pack it up really carefully.
Yeah.
Take a picture of it just to know where everything goes, and it goes back on display again, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Chorus and Tetris down. Now I've got the song in my head. What song?
It's a catchy song.
I'm rubbish at that.
How's the song go?
Do 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 do.
I've heard of that, yeah.
do, 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 do.
And it also said, does your mum play computer games?
Well, as a youngster, not anymore. Pac-Man was the thing.
Yeah.
I actually have a Pac-Man machine.
Yeah.
What?
And it's a little handheld one. And my sister was really good at it, and we used to have really
I'm
bad,
not very
we
good
had
at Pac-Man.
bad arguments over it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually have a I actually have a Miss Pac-Man machine here.
Ah,
Yeah.
I like the simple ones like that.
Yeah.
The ones Adam plays are too difficult for me.
You might like this new Pac-Man
I like
game.
watching them, but I don't
There's
play them.
Pac-Man collection game. I can't remember what it's called.
They're fun.
My dad said, have you watched the Ruttles movie? All we need is cash.
No, I haven't seen that.
Not yet.
Oh, it's very funny.
It's really
It's a bit stupid.
the songs
Yeah.
they sing are really similar to the Beatles, and
Yeah.
it's really cleverly done.
I think instead of Get Back, it was Get Home or something.
Yeah, really, it's really clever. Isn't it?
And instead of I'm the Walrus, it was I am the waitress.
Really?
And I had, instead of a hard day's night, it was a hard day's rut. And instead of apple core, it was banana core.
Uh,
Well, you
Yeah,
paid attention.
it was only a couple of days ago. I watched it.
You're like that with me.
But I'll go through my mentions.
but
So
with
I've
the
got
Lego
The Last of
games,
Us. I've got The Last of Us in mine.
Last of
I do.
Us.
Yeah, and
You're not
Gears.
the characters in that.
I've got a Gears of War game, Gears of War 3.
that's another good one. That yeah.
Yeah. And I've got Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. My favourite Ratchet and Clank game.
Ratchet and Clank.
And I've also got Riders Republic. That's a very recent game. And also I've gone with Hot Wheels Unleashed. My second favourite kart racing game.
You can build the tracks in that, can't you?
Yeah, you can make your own tracks in that one.
That's cool.
But I've got a couple of questions. Being what video game would you choose for there to be a film of, and why?
Ooh.
What a hard question, that one.
Guess
Like,
Horizon Zero Dawn would be a good one.
Well, there is
Ooh.
being one, isn't there? For
I'm trying to think of one for
Uncharted
myself.
being one, isn't there?
I'm not really sure which one I would like to see.
Mario the movie. Has there been a Mario?
Maybe a Just Cause movie, possibly.
I'm sure there's lots that they could do.
And I've got another question being, what's the worst video game you've played and why?
Crazy Frog Racer.
Crazy
Yeah, the clues in the title. Crazy Frog Racer. The music's annoying. Oh, it's awful.
Yeah, I don't think I've heard very good things about that game.
Yeah, for me, I mean, I can't really fault it because it's supposed to be rage-inducing, but it's a game called Get Over It or Getting Over It. So basically, you're just this guy sitting in a cauldron, and all you have to move is this sledgehammer. You have to use the mouse.
Yeah.
You have to use the mouse to.
It looks too frustrating for me to play that game.
Exactly. That's exactly the thing. You just have to use the hammer to get you around this course. And it's supposed to be awkward. No matter how many times you adjust the sensitivity on your mouse, it's just never easier. Yeah. That's one. I got angry a few times.
I'll probably end up smashing a computer monitor.
I've gotten close.
What about you, Jason? Do you have a worst video game? Is it E.T. the video game?
I don't think I played that. Of course, I was thinking about Atari. The Atari games were pretty bad because they're just so the graphics just weren't there yet to really have fun video game playing. I was thinking about the Nintendo. There's always there's games that you just rage quit on, and one of them was called Battletoads.
Oh yeah, I've heard that one. Yeah,
and I just remember just getting so angry because I don't know. It's like it was impossible to beat. I can never beat it.
I know.
It died so easy, and I feel like Nintendo, especially like back in the day, it feels like you had these games where you died so easy, and then you had to start over, and it's like no. And because today video games usually you have save points, and you don't have to go back to the beginning. But back in the day, man,
I hate games. I can't play games with those checkpoints.
So annoying.
There needs to be checkpoints. Otherwise, I'm not playing it.
Oh yeah, it's terrible now. I'm like, how did I do it back in the day? It's so frustrating to play that kind of game where you go back to the beginning. You're like, oh my god. Like,
oh, no.
There's this other really hard game that I've got as one of the worst video games, and it's Cookie Clicker.
Oh yeah.
It's dead easy. All you do is just click on the jar and that's it.
Yeah.
That's my limit then. I like that one.
My dad put I love Troll and I. No, that's the worst video game I played. Don't play Troll and I.
I've heard of it.
I never heard of these.
Wow, your dad just trolled you just then.
Yeah, he did.
Trolling.
He wants Red Dead Redemption as a movie.
Oh, that'd be great.
I would definitely. I would definitely rather watch that than play it. Definitely.
I still love to see Zelda as a movie. Ocarina of Time.
Any Zelda would work.
Any of those Zelda games would make an interesting movie,
Yeah.
but they have
I know
never
they had-
tried.
I know they made a cartoon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bad cartoon one.
Yeah.
But I only played this video game for about 20 minutes. It was probably the worst 20 minutes of my life.
20 minutes.
Yeah. That was it for me. Corey said that he likes his sketches behind me. Thank you. I really like them. Mike from Did You See That? He got them for me.
Oh,
Wow. Cool.
Oh, that's cool.
He showed them in one of his videos, and I said I wouldn't mind buying some of them. So he got me them. They're very cool, yeah. And they put the pause music for Battletoads is fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Best pop music
very
ever.
upbeat.
Yeah.
I like to hear that one. I don't know how that one goes.
Yeah, but I mean, like Donkey Kong Country, Super Metroid, Star Fox. I mean, so many great. Yeah, for me, is my childhood. I used to play so much on Goldeneye. I spent so much time playing Goldeneye because you just get your friends together and you just shoot each other for hours and hours.
And then you
I
had
don't know
all
why.
the cheats, didn't you? Like the big head mode and
Yeah.
unlimited ammo and all the golden gun. That's
Not
fun.
big head mode.
The Golden
It's so
Gun was fun to do because only one person had it, and he was killing everybody because just one shot. And so you try to go after the one guy with the golden gun. That was pretty fun.
Big head mode. It's a very pointless thing in video games, but I love it. I love big head mode.
Video game kind of genre no one mentioned. Just interested in throwing out there about like I don't know what you call it, fighting where you're like Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat.
Oh yeah.
Anybody play those games?
I sucked at them.
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, I'm not very good at those games either.
Yeah, I don't like them as much now. I used to love them when I was younger, I think. Street Fighter 2 to me was always the best on Super Nintendo.
There's several different versions of them. Street Fighter, Ultimate Street Fighter,
So many
Super
Street
Amazing Super
Oh,
Street
yeah.
Fighters.
Yeah, now I really suck at it now.
Yeah.
I just can't.
I will say I bought Super Smash Bros. Melee, and me and my brother have been playing that, and I've gotten better. I still lose a lot, but I've beaten him a couple times, so I've improved a bit since then.
I can't play that game. Every time I play it, I just get creamed, and I'm like, this is not fun. I'm just dying.
Yeah.
Like I don't play video games.
There's a lot of online video games I'm not very good at.
Yeah, like
Same
when
here.
friends want to play Call of Duty, like shooting each other. What do you call that?
Just first person shooter.
Yeah, not the campaign mode, but the
Oh, what,
multiplayer.
the free-for-all multiplayer.
Multiplayer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate it because they just kill me, and I'm just like, this isn't fun for me.
No.
You're just killing me all the time.
Yeah,
Like,
it's not
kill
fun. I'm
anybody.
losing.
I just lose all the time. So I'm like, forget this. I don't want to play.
And Cora said yes, one analog stick FPS. How did we do it? I don't know what he means there, to be honest.
One analog stick first-person shooter.
Yeah,
that's
first-person
Ah, right,
shooter.
is that what he
Yeah,
means?
with Goldeneye, because now you use twin
thought
sticks,
you meant-
don't you?
Yeah.
Well, it meant frames per second.
Well,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
getting the
Yeah,
Nintendo
that's true.
64 controller. That was a game changer. Having a joystick for the first time.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I prefer it with that.
That was amazing. I mean, I'm thinking of my childhood because I'm a little bit older than you guys, but man, yeah, when you play Super Nintendo, you're like, how did I play this? There's no joystick. It's just weird now. Playing those kind of games, but yeah, I loved Mortal Kombat as a kid, and my parents didn't realize how violent it was. And I'm like, it's called Mortal Kombat, Mom. You didn't realize. She saw me playing one time. She's like, if I knew that's what they did, I would not buy that for you. And I'm like, I know, because you're ripping people's hearts out. And
I remember when I first got Mortal Kombat, my mum said, what's the violence like on it? I said, it's just like Tom and Jerry. And she, when I was playing, she said, that's not like Tom and Jerry. It might be.
That was the whole fun of that game, was
Jerry.
to murder people, but yeah. Now it's too violent. Now I watch people play it. And I'm like, this is too violent for for me now.
Yeah, it's over the top now.
Mm-hmm.
The most violent video game I played is Until Dawn.
Mm,
Oh yeah.
that's pretty brutal.
Yeah, it affected me for weeks, that game.
Is that when I banged on the window and said, "What are you doing with that game?"
You were shouting at the game.
Yeah, because Dad said, "Oh, it's not too bad." And I came back from a dog walk and I saw through the window they were chopping some bloke's arm off or something. And I went, "That's gonna go off now."
Yeah.
Oh dear. But it
But
didn't.
I do enjoy decision making games though.
But at least it's
Life
imaginary.
is Strange is one of my favorite decision making games.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, they're
Yeah.
wonderful games.
I actually enjoy the new Life
Yeah,
is
but you
Strange.
regret your decisions.
Yeah, I do regret a lot of them. But I like the newest one the most.
Oh yeah.
True Colors.
Yeah, True Colors. Yeah, I played a little
That's
bit, but yeah, PS4 died.
But you still have the games.
I digitally downloaded them, so I don't have the actual physical thing. So those games are lost forever.
Got Chorus scene. Any of you guys played Streets of Rage? I've
No.
not played that.
Yeah.
He loved that and played a healthy amounts of hours of it. Also beat up my
At
friends
least he admits
afterwards.
it.
So much fun for me.
That's one of those beat 'em up games, right, Pete? Where you
Yeah, they're fun games. They released a new one a few years ago with like cartoonist art style, and that's brilliant. Streets of Rage 4, I think.
those are pretty frustrating games too.
Not if you set them to easy, they're all right, and then you can, and unlimited lives, and you're all right.
Well,
Every time I start a game, usually it's like what level you want to play at, and I want to go easy because I don't like to be frustrated.
I tend to go on easy.
I
Yeah.
get I don't know because I get frustrated real easy now, so I'm just like I just want to play and beat it, and I don't want to be upset. And so I put it on easy, and it's like, oh, this is for people that never played video games before. I'm like, well, maybe I shouldn't put it on easy, so I put it on normal because I'm like, I don't want to be a pansy, so I'm like, I'll play normal.
Yeah, that's me. That's me. I get I rage very quickly, and I still go normal.
I never tried expert. I don't know who.
Yeah, no.
Who are these people that go expert or whatever? I'm like,
Yeah.
No, not me.
that's not fun.
Well, it was great to go ahead and do our top 10 video games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I'm surprised we never mentioned a Ubisoft video game like Assassin's Creed and Watch Dogs and all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are really great games. Yeah.
I've only played one of them.
We didn't mention any Telltale games either.
No.
Walking Dead and Tales from the Borderlands, they're great.
Mm.
Oh, I love Tales from the Borderlands. It's hilarious.
It is.
Yeah, I feel
Love
like
the
Dog is like the one I play a lot. It seems like lately, right? Who does Red Dead Redemption? Is that
Rockstar, I think.
Rockstar,
Yeah,
You said that you're playing at the moment.
yeah.
What video game playing at the moment?
Yeah.
Well, it's Assassin's Creed 3, but I'm a bit Assassin's Creed out, to be honest.
Mm.
Have you
I've
got
played too many
any
of them.
games on the go at the moment that you're doing?
Great question.
I'm still doing Wind Waker. I haven't gotten to play as much as I want to because again, school, work, and my own channel, so I haven't been able to play as much as I want. But yeah, I'm enjoying it.
That's a good game.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm playing Overwatch 2 at the moment, and I'm also playing Persona 5 Royal on the Switch. Great game.
Yeah, I've been playing Arc City lately because I just got that again, and fun going through that again. I kind of remember what to do, so it's actually not that hard because I'm like, oh yeah, I remember the trick.
Got Corey saying the most extreme game he's played is Manhunt. Playing with a headset, hear the director in the ears was beyond disturbing. I've never heard of Manhunt.
Yeah, never heard of
Yeah,
it.
Manhunt actually got banned in the UK, while the second one did, and
really?
they had to tone down the violence. They did. But
Oh,
but it
really?
still didn't get released till about 2 or 3 years after the US.
Well, have to write that on my list of video games not to play.
Bizarrely, it was released on the Wii.
Wow.
I've only got 2 on that list. That's Troll and Die and Manhunt now.
Your nose. Your
Yeah.
nose.
Like I never played the Grand Theft Auto games because I remember like watching someone play and they would go pick up like a prostitute and stuff. Like I don't
Yeah,
think
I never really did any of that stuff. No.
you're just committing crimes and I don't know. It's like, oh, I don't know about this.
Bit dodgy.
I enjoyed stealing all the cars though.
Right, yeah.
It's nice
Driving
to
the-
explore the world of it and drive around and fly the planes.
It's a great open world in all those games.
Yeah.
I've not heard very good things about this Grand Theft Auto collection that came out a few months ago, I think. Was it a year ago?
It isn't that good.
No, I've not heard good things
Right,
about
well, I
that.
need to go fill my gin and tonic glass up. So, are we going to turn it off now?
Yeah,
or
we'll conclude it now. This was really great
empty
doing this,
glass?
talk about our favourite video games.
Yeah, it's been good fun.
And if you're not already subscribed to Jason, Pete, and Bryer, all their channels are in the description below. Please go ahead and subscribe to them all. That'd be great. Yeah.
Thanks,
Before we go,
Thanks for having us.
yeah, it's been great. And Manhunt is like playing a snuff movie. To tell you enough.
No, thank you.
You can leave it at that. But do you guys have any ideas of what you're going to be doing at the next video? Do you know what you're going to be doing next for your channel?
For me, I'm working on my my next mini series. Last one I did was going through my CD collection. So for this next series, I'm thinking about doing my top 100 songs of all time. It'll probably be a 10-part series, just 10 songs per episode. So I'm almost done working out the actual list. So hopefully I'll get that pretty soon.
Yeah, I've done my top 100 songs. Definitely not easy.
Yeah, no.
It's not. I've got to
There's
about
so many-
20.
There's so many good songs I had to miss out with.
Yeah, and I'm still going to be talking about video games too. Hopefully I'll do more like video game reviews. And of course now I'm on a quest to get every Nintendo console now. So I got the GameCube, and actually just a couple days ago my mom bought a Wii.
Oh, cool.
Because ever since I got the GameCube, she's been like, I really miss the Wii, because she liked the Wii when we had it, and so she bought it. So now I have 2 Nintendo consoles, so might as well get them all.
Yeah. Gotta catch them all.
Yeah, I gotta
Like-
catch them all.
like Pokemon.
So,
I didn't know you can still get a GameCube. That was surprising to me.
yeah, it's just from eBay. Like somebody was selling it.
Sorry it was late, but it's a fun stream to watch. Adam, you're awesome.
Oh,
Thank
that's
you,
cool.
Coro.
Oh, that's nice.
This was so much fun to go ahead and do. First live stream with 3 guests.
Yeah.
That's the most we got.
Great fun.
Yeah.
It's
What
good
about
seeing
you, Pete?
you on here.
What have you got planned on your
Oh,
channel?
For my channel, well, I've got like an unboxing of like a haul of films that I picked up the other day. I've got a few video game reviews coming up, and then I just got like the Wednesday live streams as well, which you were on a few weeks ago. It was great talking to you then, Adam
Me
and Jason, weren't it?
Yeah.
What do you have planned, Jason?
It's funny. Every day is I think of different things. The other day I just got an idea for one. I was going on Disney Plus, and they have all the Simpsons Treehouse of Horror episodes. I don't know if you guys are familiar with.
Yep.
Anyways,
Not seen now, I don't think.
those
I've
are the
seen
best.
Simpsons episodes, though.
Those are the best Simpsons episodes for me. Growing up with Simpsons, I love the Halloween Treehouse Horrors because they're just parodies of other horror movies and so like that. Anyway, so I found that they have them all packaged on Disney Plus where you can watch all of them. And I'm like, oh man. So I started watching them, and I kind of got this idea that I'm going to watch them and kind of write notes, and then at some point try to rank them all. My favorite Treehouse Horror. So that's something I'm kind of just now working on as an idea. I don't know if anybody cares about it, but I thought it'd be fun to go through.
I
it.
might
That's
want-
good.
Nice
That's
Halloween
something.
special.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's Halloween time. So like, yeah, this would be a lot of fun. I don't know if there's some people are nostalgic about The Simpsons, like I am. That was like one of my favorite TV shows growing up. So yeah, so that's an idea I'm working on right now.
Always said do some more of these streams. Yeah, we will definitely.
Mm.
I've got loads of things planned on my channel. I'm going to be doing a video for you, Jason, tomorrow. A response to your 8 questions.
Okay,
Yeah,
I got one. Well, Bryer wrote, I think.
Yeah.
yeah.
Did you make a video? I can't.
Yeah, no, I did a comment.
Yeah.
And also, the YouTuber Canadian Stud Muffin is doing a
Oh, yeah, yeah.
contest. So
Yeah,
I'll be
I'm
doing
working
an
on
entry
that.
for that.
Yeah, I'm working on that as well.
Okay.
And also, Richard McCook did a video on his Made Up Traveling Wilburys Volume 2 albums. I'll be doing my own the third version of that. And I'm also currently watching all the episodes of Andor to catch up with all of them. I'm going to be reviewing that once Andor's finished. Are you going to be watching that, Jason?
Yeah. I think there's
Because
6.
I know you weren't a fan of Obi-Wan Kenobi. So
No.
I wonder what you think of this.
Oh, I think it's like the most boring show I've ever tried to watch.
And I'm also doing a video on the Titanic Museum.
Oh yeah.
And I'm also doing a video on an album I've got made. And I'm also going to a recording studio and doing an interview there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I look forward to doing that.
Wow.
But that's pretty much it for this live stream. Have any of you got any final words?
Game on.
Yeah.
Keep fighting.
Stream over, so game over. Stream over.
Just thank you for having me on, Adam, and it's nice to meet
Your
you,
pleasure.
Brian. It's great to
Nice to-
talk to you, Jason.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same here. Nice to meet you, Pete.
Great.
I'd love to invite you all on the stream again at some point.
I'm
Oh, yeah.
open.
Yeah.
But that's it for this
definitely.
live stream, and thank you for watching, everyone. Until next time, ciao.
Bye.
Ciao.